What do you do when your husband buys a lot of kale and spinach? You make kale and spinach stew. This was an impromptu recipe to use up the leafy greens that had been sitting in my fridge for way too long. Enjoy this tasty vegetable stew with plantains, rice, or any side dish you like. Hi, my name is Precious and I love to cook. After washing the kale, I removed the leaves from their stems and sliced them. This process took a while as there was quite some kale. My kale wasn't fresher because it had been sitting in the fridge for a while, so I was so excited to use it up. I set some water on the stove to boil, and while that was going, I diced some onions. I added a pinch of baking soda to my boiling water to help soften the kale. Then I added the sliced kale to the water and stirred it in so it could soften. When it softened, and that was after a few minutes, I added some baby spinach to the water as well. I rinsed the veggies with cold water to prevent further cooking. Always be careful about overcooking spinach because it can soften and lose its integrity really quickly. So once the spinach hits the water and it softens a little bit, it's good to go. Just rinse with cold water to stop the cooking process. I squeezed the veggies to remove the excess liquid. I noticed they were a bit chunky, so I chopped them up. I diced a good amount of tomatoes for the vegetable stew. This really lends flavor when you're making vegetables like this. Then I added some smoked turkey to a small pot and I seasoned it with some salt, some bouillon powder and diced onions. I brought that to a simmer on one burner while I sauteed my tomatoes on another burner. I love multitasking like this in the kitchen. To make the vegetable stew or saute, I added a good amount of oil to a pot on medium-high heat and let it heat up. Then I added the diced onions to cook until fragrant and softened. I added the diced tomatoes and let them cook while stirring occasionally until reduced. It's important to cook down the tomatoes so they don't have that raw, sour taste that is not pleasant. I checked on the turkey as the tomatoes cooked down. I love the flavor of smoked turkey in stews like this. It just yields that smoky flavor, plus you get some meat, which is really good. When the turkey had cooked for a while and was tender, I turned off the heat. After the tomatoes had cooked down for a while, I added some dried fish. This was fish that I had in the fridge. I had boiled it before, so I just added it to the pot. Then I added some salt and chicken bouillon powder to taste. I also added some fresh habaneros. I think these ones were frozen actually for heat. Then I let them cook down a while so they could soften. Then I added the cooked turkey to the pot and stirred to combine with everything. I then added the prepared vegetables to the pot and stirred them in to combine. It takes a while to get the vegetables married with the tomato sauce and everything else. It was time for a taste and it was just so good. I didn't serve this dish on the day I made it, so I kept it in a food storage bowl in the fridge. Later, I made some corn fufu to serve with it, and it was top tier. You can use this method to cook other leafy greens such as collard or turnip greens. What would you serve this with? Let me know in the comments.